Good evening, friends. It is April 12th, 2022. I am Bill, and you're doing things with Bill. So spring has sprung, and the pollen has fallen. And thanks to COVID, with the pollen in the air and allergies, we get to play Is It Pollen or Plague? That's right. You too can play along. So as you're visiting local stores and areas that are filled with people, you hear a sneeze, you hear a cough. Should you be handing them a tissue or running for the hills? Plague or pollen, established in 2020. Now that spring is upon us, it's time to get outside and do yard work. I spent the last weekend putting down fresh mulch, mowing a lawn that had grown to about a foot in height. So I've got 5 bags of lawn clippings going out in the trash. Yeah, that's a lot of lawn going out. Now I'm hoping that as spring is here and we're moving into warmer weather, I'm looking at cutting the lawn about once a week, which will just allow me to take off just a little bit off the top. Not as problematic to cut the lawn. Now, I use an electric mower. I've been using one for the past couple of years, and it works great. I'm not having to cycle out the fuel, not having to go to the gas station to buy just a few ounces of fuel, well, a gallon of fuel for cutting the lawn. And since my house is solar, I'm already using power I've already generated. So it's great. It saves me money. But it is definitely a pain having to maneuver the power cord around and trying not to cut it. So, and you'd think that after cutting the lawn for the past 3 years, I think we've been at this house, that I would have gotten it down. I'm getting better. It's a matter of figuring out where to put the cord to cut. And as I'm looking at cycling it every once a week versus cutting it every 2 or 3 weeks, as I had lazily done over the past couple of years, I will get into a better rhythm and do it much quicker. Now with the yellow outside, it is problematic, and by yellow I mean the pollen. There is a layer on top of my car. It blows in the air when there's a nice breeze. You can see it on the ground, you track it in the house, it's just everywhere. It will eventually go down, and a whole other slew of allergens will fill the air, but for now, at least I can see what is trying to bring me down. Now, my friends in the Pacific Northwest have been dealing with an inch plus of snow, which I'm a little jealous. I actually like the snow, especially when it's not deep snow. I'm okay shoveling and pushing around an inch or 2 of snow instead of a couple of feet or 3 or 4 feet of snow. So I'm a little jealous that they're experiencing some snow, nice cool weather. And those of you that are expecting the exercise video I mentioned last week, I am still working on it, but because I was out cutting the lawn this past weekend and it being the first cut of the season or of the year, I kind of wore myself out. Yes, I know, I am heavy and lazy, and I'm working on it. But it is definitely something that I've felt a little exhaustion on Sunday, so I didn't shoot the video this weekend. I will be shooting it this week. I picked up some light weights to use as my little resistance. So stay tuned. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe. If you turn the alerts on, it will let you know when a new video is published. And I will get the exercise video out this weekend. I promise you it will happen. Unless something else happens. But I promise you it will happen. So, those of you that have been asking me about it, you know who you are. It will be coming out. It will be fitness for photographers. It will be to help get your body prepared for photo shoots when you've been lazy and sitting on the couch for 4 years. Well, I hope you all have a wonderful evening, and I will speak to you next week. I am Bill, and you've been doing things with Bill.